YouTube, what it do, man? It's your boy Benji, and we are back in between the ropes. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. We are on the way to 800, man. We just about to go ahead and, let's just go ahead and check that. I'll leave it in the past, man. We're growing each and every day. I do appreciate each and every one of y'all that have been subbing up, liking videos, giving them likes a chop, and been sliding over to Patreon, man. We drop more content each and every day. Additionally, y'all been letting me know great matches, TV shows, and movies to watch. So I do appreciate y'all, but we got to talk about what we just saw on SmackDown. Dude, I'm trying to keep it positive. We got to talk about it. Hey, I do want to let y'all know, though. I am going to be hitting the AEW show. It should be a good one. Let me know if y'all feel like letting me drop a vlog, if I should do that. Like, just let me know. Because I look like I got pretty solid seats. So it should be, valid. Let's talk about what happened, man. So Cody Rhodes shows up to open up the show. I understand that many of y'all may have forgotten, but Cody Rhodes is your WWE championship. I'm sorry, he's your champion. And he has a ring that he won last year at Crown Royal. I'm trying to figure out whatever happened to that big belt they had. I mean, was that a flight risk? Before Cody even speaks, the commentators let him know, or at least let the rest of us know that are listening in, that he will be teaming in with Randy Orton to face off against the BRONS tonight. Where will this segment occur? Oh, nowhere else but the main event. If you pay attention to WWE programming, this is a constant. We keep talking about the vision. Let me go ahead and just put my glasses on to disrupt my vision. Because, dude, Paul Heyman just carries this segment. He mentions that the team of Orton and Cody is just destined to fail. Because when the Braun ×2 wins, Randy would look over at Cody, disappointed that this is the guy that's supposed to be a champion. Because there's no way that he would be able to lose alongside a guy that's holding gold. That is a ridiculous thought process to have. Because Randy Orton has been in the WWE for years and years and years. And has been alongside many dudes that have lost as champion. Specifically in tag team matches. Additionally, Randy has lost to Cody. So if he thinks Cody sucks, then he should in turn suck. Randy did bring Cody into the big leagues under his legacy stable. And throughout many of the championships that he's won, he's enlisted in Cody's help to win them. He needs to do the same thing now. He needs help. Look, at least I'll just give them props for trying to make this into something that we should be interested in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just honestly a waste of time of a segment. What we see next is something that a lot of us were waiting on, or at least cheering for. MELO is headed out to the ring versus Sami Zayn in a match for the United States Championship. And The Miz stops him, questioning why he didn't help him out last week. MELO tells the old guy that he is holding him back. No, sir. Triple H and the writing staff are holding you back. Well, he wants to go call his own shot. And since no one else is holding him back anymore, he's going to call that shot against Sami Zayn. Officially. Dude, the Miz's finishers always look so awkward to me. Anyways, of course, after talking about nobody holding him back, the Miz comes out and attacks him. What I find to be even stranger is that Aleister Black shows up and calls his shot against Sami Zayn. Dude, it is very obvious that we have 0 people backstage. I mean, it's just a revolving door of people getting on TV. And speaking of Aleister Black and revolving doors and people not getting on TV, where is Zelina Vega? Wasn't she just a United States champion? What the? Like, we're getting NXT people getting more TV time than people that are actually active members of SmackDown's roster. The funniest thing about Aleister Black calling a shot was that the crowd was just so silent. Like, it was like he kind of paused for a moment, like everybody was gonna like cheer or something like that, but the crowd was just so quiet. I could hear the Benjis in my head groan. Anyways, Damian Priest distracts Aleister Black so that Sami can win. I mean, yeah. Strangely enough, a lot of y'all really love Sami Zayn's reign. Sami Zayn's doing so much in the United States Championship. Oh, he's so great. I love the United States Open Challenge. LA Knight was doing the exact same thing months ago. He was allowing for anybody to challenge him week in, week out. We got seen segments of him challenging anybody to get smacked down and hit a 1, 2, 3 on the count of a BFT. Y'all don't remember this? Did y'all forget? Yeah. Anyways, Damian Priest and Aleister Black are supposed to be fighting in a first person to quit match, I quit match, last man standing match, something like that. Shout out to 2 belts, Sol RUCA and ZARIA, but I don't understand why they're fighting the Secret Hervis. I thought they wanted to fight Charlotte and Alexa. Wasn't that the purpose of the whole segment they had last week? For them to challenge for tag titles? Regardless, we get another L for Chelsea Green. And it's strange to me that each and every time this woman has a match, she ends up getting pinned. Even if it's a tag match. Why is she always the person getting pinned? I think that the WWE remembered that Stephanie VAQUER is on a roster and decided to have her and Tiffany Stratton have a contract signing. Now, I'm not going to lie. Tiffany Stratton came out there glitz and glamored, so I believe that she was going to have a match, but I guess she just wanted to show that body off. Hey, good for her. I'm trying to be positive, but dude, these women are like shaking each other's hands and literally just wasting our TV time speaking. They're not saying anything that any of us didn't already know. Stephanie's saying that I'm going to win that match. Tiffany's talking about it doesn't matter where we are. If we're in Cincinnati, if we're in Timbuktu, if we're in La La Land, we're going to be in Tiffy time. We've seen it. We heard it. I mean, is there a purpose for this match? They're literally on commentary talking about how great the sportsmanship is between these 2 women. Here's the problem again. All across the board, for Crown Royal, there's just a bunch of heel versus heel matches or face versus face matches. And for the most part, we're seeing face versus face. The crowd is torn between who to cheer for. And it's not for a good reason. It's literally just them. We've literally seen over there on Raw for months. Just like it's like a I don't even know like a participation trophy. That belt is. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Even if you win, thanks for coming. I almost want them to just give the title back to Rhea because, dude, they obviously don't book anything of any substance when Rhea doesn't have a championship. I will admit there was a little bit of a turn. While Tiffany was walking out, Julia attacks her. Kiana James is on the mic and is asking for Stephanie to sign with her because she's done a great job representing Julia. Man, if what you're doing... Dude, seriously, come on. 70-something days, 80 days. How long has it been? Almost 100 days that Julia's been champion and has only defended her belt twice. She's barely gone on TV, and none of us even understand who she is or what she even sounds like. If this is you representing her, you need to be fired. But yeah, before we get an answer, Tiffany attacks Kiana James, and Julia decides to take everything into her own hands and attack Stephanie VAQUER. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'd probably be interested in a triple threat. Especially one with zero story, 1 week away. But no, even as bad as that idea sounds, at least the match could be something that a lot of us would be interested in seeing. Unfortunately, this is probably just going to be a tag team match for next Friday. More than likely. And again, like I mentioned, there are 0 people backstage because why is Damian Priest attacking this man with flower shirts on? They're talking about toxic masculinity. Brother, where's your play? Where's the musical? I will say, it is nice to see the Los Garzas on TV. But didn't they just win a title? Like the last time they were on SmackDown, they were teasing a breakup because they kept losing and couldn't figure out who was the problem. They ended up winning gold in another promotion and then returned to SmackDown eating pins. Why are Rey Fenix and JEVON Evans in a tag team together. This is like the luchador course. I continue to tell you all about it. The people that can end up putting on a show inside of the ring end up getting booked to put on a show inside of the ring, but there's never going to be a storyline that makes any type of sense, and they're never going to get an opportunity to develop its characters. Unfortunately, this is the the plight that Rey Fenix is going to be headed on, and it looks like JEVON Evans is the latest to join this. And for some strange reason, Los Garzas were a part of this tag team gauntlet. Where the rest of what happened to all the other tag teams that were all just, there were like 10 tag teams fighting for the tag team championships, and we haven't seen any of them. But that again points to the bigger problem with the show, is that you introduce us to a bunch of storylines and then just poof, we're just supposed to act like it never happened. Like, it's crazy, man. So if at the very least we spend our time getting interested in the development of the characters, or at least the storyline, it's yanked away from us, and then we just get nothing in return. Majority of the people on this show, on this episode, are actually not members of SmackDown. Dude, they keep teasing a Street Profits breakup, but it doesn't logically follow. These guys have been losing for years. Why would an L to the Wyatts just tear them apart? I don't even understand the mind games that they could play with these dudes, because who cares if they just lost to you once? They've been losing for 5 years. And then, surprise, surprise, in your main event, the BRONS end up getting help from Seth Rollins to win the match. The voices must be in Seth Rollins' head, because when they're supposed to be walking away triumphantly, he tries to sneak attack Cody and then ends up eating a crossroads. Honestly, whoever wins or loses the Crown Jewel match, it really doesn't matter. Hold on, I'm tripping. Let me put my glasses on for the vision. If they treat Crown Jewel like they did last year, let's think about it for a second. We saw big rings, big belts, and long build-ups, as if the W would be a part of the storylines. It wasn't. Now the build-up is bad, and whoever was to lose this match, let's say for specifically this one, it doesn't matter. This is probably going to be the headliner of the show. Neither one of them is losing a title. The Crown Jewel match is literally just about bragging rights. These people won a bunch of jewelry last year that didn't see any TV time afterward. Even if Seth loses, let's just follow it logically. Let's just assume that they're going to carry around a big Crown Jewel belt and ring afterward. Seth would still have his belt and can return to Raw and wreak the same havoc. Why wouldn't you challenge Cody Rhodes for his championship? Then you could say you have all the major titles. And let's not act like these titles are brand specific, because LA Knight wanted the championship and then just hopped over to Raw. Anyone just decided to challenge John Cena. I mean, Seth Rollins, we saw him challenge John Cena and then head right back over to Raw. But even if Seth loses, he still would have his belt. And if he were to win, so what? Cody Rhodes would still be up in the series 3-1. You aren't better than Cody, unfortunately. But, I mean, you should know that. You can't call yourself the future or anything of that nature if this dude's still walking around as the quote-unquote quarterback. I don't even care anymore. Dude, I appreciate y'all. I mean, I've seen some of y'all in the comments talk about how you only show up to these shows when I'm doing the reviews. Look, I'm going to be showing up at a couple wrestling shows. I'm going to be likely vlogging it. Dude, it's just not it, bro. Respectfully, for a company this big, for the height of the success that we saw, and especially over on SmackDown, the Bloodline storyline and saga that was carrying this show, without all that, this show stinks, man. I mean, yeah, you're going to see a couple nice wrestling matches, but again, if you want to see good wrestling matches, there are plenty of promotions where you can watch that. You're gonna watch way better matches. Like this show, like bro, this show. Now it's specifically talking about SmackDown. Like I mentioned, is devoid of any superstars, is devoid of any talent or any intrigue or any storylines that anybody should care about. They've been dragging out this Damian Priest and Aleister Black thing for months. Why are they? What are they doing? Damian Priest was just a world title holder. He then won a feud against Drew McIntyre to show up and fight Aleister Black. That doesn't even logically follow. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just try to go back to getting a championship? Why? I mean, this dude was holding tag titles. Dude, holding a world heavyweight. Like, why? What are you doing? The Brons continue to fight people for no reason. There's literally tag champions on this show. Challenge them for a belt. Assert your dominance. Again, what would pinning Randy Orton do for these group? It's dope to see them pin Randy Orton, but it's not like they did it solo dolo. They did it with the help of Seth Rollins. Again, these are two huge guys, physically, and dudes that are supposed to be the quote-unquote future of the industry. Why can't they beat anybody? And again, they're not even members of this roster. Let's think about all the NXT talent that we saw show up on this show. And why is Solo Sikoa cutting video promos introducing people that we should have gotten introduced to months ago? What is he doing? Dude. At least we finally saw some movement with the Miz and MELO storyline. That thing has literally been building for 7 months. And y'all call this long-term book. I just appreciate y'all for staying in, man. Again, I try to be positive and find the nice things. Let's just say that there was at least some movement here in the show. So, I guess that, you know, there's a couple moments here in the show that you would have enjoyed watching, because it would possibly build a storyline further. But I've still got to give it an A. I mean, you know we like the way. You know the way we like to rate things this way. Yay, nay, somewhere between is okay. It's just an A. I was trying to be like, maybe I can give it a okay. Nah, bro. I thought about it. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Let me know what y'all excited to see going forward, and who are some of your predictions. Peace.